Hi. So we're going to work with crow pose and side crow. These are arm balances that can be one of those positions in yoga that you just feel are quite out of your capacity, possibility. One of those maybe a position that you really want to try and achieve, want to try and do. So we're going to just play with it a bit and see if you can explore getting just a sense of the direction of getting into crow. And also if crow pose is something that you practice, this is quite a fun way of working, of actually playing with the balance and just building up some core strength to develop this position a bit more. So let's start lying down. We're going to be doing a little bit of core strengthening, a little bit of building up hip opening, some sun salutes, and then into the practices. So we'll get there in a bit. Just take your time and enjoy being on your back for a few moments now, just resting down. So again, always really important, no matter what you're doing, to take a few moments to drop into yourself and really connect with your practice, with your body, and check your motivations, check your reason for practicing today, that you're slowing yourself down, slowing your thoughts, slowing your breath, feeling the ground supporting you. Almost like wiping the slate clean, just at the beginning of your practice, just wiping it clean, starting again. Can you come to this practice as if for the first time? Taking away and trying to clear away these often negative thoughts we have around ourselves, assumptions, self-beliefs, or pressure that we put on ourselves. And just try and just land and just sense your body, the lived experience of your body today, right now. So starting with just drawing the knees in, and just hug your knees into your chest a moment there, to give them a little squeeze. And then we're going to bring the right knee in and extend the left leg away and just do a lying down lunge for a moment. So a lot of the shape of crow pose and side crow, these balances rely on a squat shape in the body, being able to have open, flexible, the potential of more open and flexible hips, so you can get really low in the pelvis. So if there's a lot of tension in the hips, that can kind of create a bit of an issue to get low enough in this position to find the balance. So we'll work on trying to open up and create a little bit more space in the hips to begin with. So just some nice deep breaths and some gentle squeezes, and maybe massaging in to where you feel the tightness might be, where the resistance is. And a lot of these times when we're practicing, we just have to really meet where the resistance is, and with humble respect go, okay, I see you, let's work together, and not push past it, but kind of clocking the situation, the real situation as it is today. And then release the other side. So you know where you can work, you know where the attention needs to be focused in these practices. So you might already know the hips are tight, or you might today go, ooh, I am tight there, I didn't even notice that, and just be aware of that. So a few nice deep breaths, gentle kind of pulsing squeezes, just to start to feel into, connect with your hips. And then bringing both knees in, squeezing in, and then taking Baddha Konasana, so grab the ankles and draw your ankles in, squeezing. And if you can, comfortably get the feet. See if you can wrap your hands around your feet, drawing your heels into your hips. Send the knees out and take a squeeze and a few breaths there. Feeling the inner thighs stretching. Lift your head on the inhale. And exhale, draw your head and your feet a little closer together. So just a little gentle squeeze and rounding of the back. And then happy baby, take the feet in the hands, lower the head down, and see if you can really drop the shoulders into the earth. So you're sinking the shoulders back down into the earth. And happy baby is a brilliant one for the back. It really resets the spine as the spine tries to pull down against the resistance of the tightness in the legs. So you're avoiding what can happen is this kind of rounding in the back and really working against that to deliver the spine into the earth, sinking down, trying to get the tail lower all the time. Another deep breath there. And then taking the knees in, feet in, stretch out the legs, stretch out the arms. We're going to do half happy baby and draw the right knee in, hold the right foot, but this time you're going to lift your head and lift the opposite leg. So just a few breaths, and what I want you to do is pull against the foot and sort of lift up and see how high you can come up, almost like a little gentle crunch. Mind your neck, you can always hold your head as well. So just a little lift and then lower. So these kind of little gentle squeeze up and lower down. And that's the action of drawing up like this, is the action we're going to be looking for when I say to come forward in crow. So right now it feels like you're lifting up. You're going to be working forward in crow there. That's it. And we'll take the other side. So grab the left foot, extend, then lift the head and lift the right foot. And on the exhale, kind of draw up and then draw down. So little kind of sitting up movements and pulling against that foot. And again, squeezing up and down. And one more. Mind the neck and the head as well there. Okay, and stretch out. And then we'll do that with both sides. So drawing the legs in and bring your arms between your legs. So this is an upside down crow pose. Bring your arms and you're trying to get your knees. So you need to like rock the tail. So you're trying to get your knees almost to your shoulders. So try and get the knees to the shoulders. And then as your knees come to your shoulders, you lift up and push your knees against your arms. So that's the core work we're going to be using to come into crow pose. So you can feel there's quite a lot going on. So the bum lifts, the knees push against the shoulders, and then imagine you're pushing the ceiling with the hands. Lift the bum, lift the head, squeeze, and then let that go. And do that again. So coming up, knees into shoulders, head up, push knees against arms, push the ceiling with the hands, and then release. Stretch your legs and arms, extend out, deep breath. And then draw your knees in, and we're going to come to side crow on the back here. So like just a little twisting movement really. So you bring your body over to the side and try and get your elbow past your knee and down as far towards the hip as you can. Push the ground with the other elbow, lift the head, and then pick the feet up and squeeze your legs and arms into each other. Squeeze the ground with the arm, squeeze and turn. And then come back. And so it's like a version of side crow on the back, and we'll do the other side. So lift the head, bring your palms together, go right across, bring one elbow to the ground, bring the other elbow against the knee, and then see if you can try and slide a little bit further, lifting the bum, getting the elbow closer to the hip. Then lift and push your knee and elbow together, elbow into the ground, twisting, turning, lift the feet a bit more, and then come back. So that's preparing the body, and we're going to do those shapes the other way in a moment. Deep breath, and then come up, roll along the spine, cross your ankles, roll all the way over onto all fours and into downward facing dog. Stepping back, rock forward into plank pose, inhale, downward dog, exhale, plank pose, inhale, chaturanga, exhale, cobra or up dog, inhale, downward dog, exhale, bend the knees, inhale, hop up to the hands, exhale, half uttanasana, inhale, exhale, folding in, coming up to standing, inhale, and then go straight into chair pose. I'm just going to move my mat back a bit. Stay where you are, go straight into chair pose, inhale, and then diving down, exhale, half uttanasana, inhale, stepping back to plank pose, exhale, inhale plank, exhale chaturanga, inhale cobra or up dog, exhale down dog, raise the right leg, inhale, stepping forward for warrior one, exhale left heel down, coming up into warrior one, reach the heart forward, look up, exhale plank pose, inhale plank, exhale chaturanga, and then up dog, inhale, Downward facing dog, exhale. Left leg up, inhale. Stepping through, left foot forward, right heel down. Coming up, inhale. Warrior one, exhale. Plank pose, inhale. Chaturanga, exhale. Cobra or up dog. Downward dog. Take a few breaths. Gather yourself. Find your breath. Roll the shoulders. Lift the hips. Slight bend in the knees. And then hop forward to the hands. Exhale. Inhale straight into chair pose. And exhale, diving down. Inhale, half Uttanasana. Walk the feet apart a bit and come down into a squat. So you're squatting down. And then from here, bring your knees out and your elbows in between your knees. Bring the palms together. Open up the chest. Inhale, look forward. And then from here, we're going to experiment. We're going to start playing with crow pose. So from here, see if you can remember those first positions we're doing. I've got a blanket, and this might just help you to feel a little bit safer. So get your blanket and put it in front of you. So move back off the edge of your mat so you've got space in front of you and blanket in front of you. Just if you have a fear of falling, it kind of helps a bit. So bring your hands in front of you, and then remember bringing the knees as close up to the shoulders as we can. So really bring the knees up against the outer shoulders. Lift up off the heels so you're in quite a low squat, and then start to come forward onto the hands. So we're going to stay quite low here, and all I want you to try and do is go forward rather than going down, because if you just go down from here, you need to get the core muscles really engaged. So lift up onto your toes, lift as high up onto your toes as you can, squeeze the shoulders with the knees, and then look forward and see if you can go to the end of your mat with your nose. So go forward, forward until you feel your big toes start to float, and then drop back. So I don't want you to try and lift your feet, just go so far forward that your feet just have to come off the ground like a little balancing weighing scales, tipping. So go forward, 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 forward. Keep going forward, looking forward until the big toes lift, and then come back and see if you can do that again. Onto the hands. Lift the heels up, knees against shoulders, look forward, tip, tip, tip until the toes lift. See if you can stay a little bit longer if you're up, squeezing your body, bring the big toes together, and then coming down. Okay, well done. We'll try side crow now. So step the feet together and then bring your blanket around off the mat. So you literally bring it all the way around to the side of your mat. And then you're going to just move it. So this is, if you want to put your head down, you can. So bring your hands right around off your mat. So your hands come off your mat. And so I've gone around to my right side. My right hand has gone almost in line with my heel, so it's really far back in line with my hip there. And my left hand is on the ground. I'll move the blanket so you can see. And my left hand is in line with my right knee. Now I'm going to bend my left elbow and put my knee against my elbow joint here. And then, actually I'll move back so you can see. And then what I want to do is go forward this way, but what you can do here is you can actually put your head on the blanket. So if I bend my elbow and put my knee on my elbow, I can actually also put my hip on my other elbow if I want to, so that's workable. And then tip forward and see if you can actually put your head on the blanket, and then do a little, almost like a headstand, so you come right onto the toes and then go back. So that can help you, because it can just make you feel like that's where you could end up. So you're almost doing a on purpose head plant. And then do the same thing again. Bend your elbow, put your knee on your elbow, then reach forward and see if you can reach forward. Keep reaching forward and then swing your legs. So your legs swing around to the side until the feet come off the ground. And at some point you might find that your toes just start to get a bit lighter and they swing round. You can also do it, sometimes I do it where my elbow is on my hip, and that's a nice way of doing it as well. So you have even more support, elbow on hip. tipping, and then you can actually rest your head on the ground, lift the feet if both elbows are touching the legs. So experimenting with that. Let's try the other side. So turning around. There's loads of practice to be done here, and I've played with this so much, different ways of doing this. So you really don't get it the first time. You're not meant to. Just lots of practice, lots of playing with it, and then you'll start to feel this balancing happening. Okay, so bring your hands down. So my right hand is now in line with my left knee, left hand in line with the right hip. And then tip forward and see if you can keep coming forward. Keep coming forward, bend the elbow. Maybe you can bring your elbow onto your hip if you want to. Keep tipping forward and maybe then put your head actually on the ground so the feet come up. And that gives you a sense of where your balance is going. Or you can just keep one elbow on the knee, let the other elbow stick out, and then lean forward and then swing the feet round so they pop off the ground. So you can try that. So a little swinging, feet come up and you come down. So just playing with that, and it's quite fun to put the elbow on the hip, elbow on the knee, tipping, go upside down and let the feet come into the air. So just trying to kind of get a sense of your balance, sense of yourself in space. Play with that. One more moment. And then when you've had a go at that, just come back into squatting, sitting back down on your heels, reach the arms out, and then see if you can just fall onto your back. So just rolling onto your back, going upside down, holding your legs, and just roll a few times so you're rocking forward and back, rolling out the spine, rolling out the tension, and also rolling out any kind of frustration and any doubt, and just play with it. Just see if you can explore playing. And coming onto your back again, draw your knees in. And we're just going to finish as you began with happy baby. Exhale, sinking down. See how this position's feeling now. Slow, deep breaths. And then just hold your right knee and do a final lying down lunge just to release the hips there. So draw the right knee in, resting the back, resting the shoulders. And then release the right leg, draw the left knee in, extending there. And then stretching out both legs, reaching out the arms, lying on your back. And it might be nice just to extend the arms over the head in this Savasana, just for a minute or two of stillness, just seeing how your body feels after that bit of exertion and connection to your edge. And then slowly stepping your feet in, resting your hands on your belly, and take a nice deep breath here. Blowing it out. And then when you're ready, just slowly coming up, roll to the side or rock up along your back. Finding your blanket to sit on. And a couple of breaths to finish, just finding your vertical spine. Really good just to finish feeling where you are in space, feeling your body, feeling your energy, how it is now. And then bring your hands together at your heart. Bow your head into yourself, to your body, and to your practice, ever changing, ever evolving. Namaste.